Hi, this is Brian the Figure. What we see here is Marvel Legends VHS Spider-Man Animated Series Daredevil vs. Hydro Man 2-pack. This box, as always, looks beautiful. I love the art on these VHS boxes. I mean, this is why it says VHS, because, it looks like VHS stacked up into one. Really nice artwork. I like the artwork. Reminds me, it takes me back, just like the 90s style artwork. But anyway, I'm a little annoyed by these boxes because they do take up a lot of space. I'm also pretty tired of 2-packs in general, so I'm going to try to avoid them as much as I can from now on. Hopefully this is my last 2-pack. Anyway, this 2-pack has a bit of accessories packed in, so that's good. Both of these figures look neat and fun. Without further ado, let's get them off the display and take a closer look. Okay, let's do some measurements. They stand about this tall next to the ruler. Now, comparison time. Here are some Marvel Legends figures. The one on the left, Scarlet Spider. The one on the right, Peter Parker. Now, let's do Mafex. The one on the left is Scarlet Spider. The one on the right is Hush Batman. More Mafex figures. The one on the left is Nightwing. The one on the right is Spider-Man, classic colors. Now, Magical 112 Collective. The one on the left is Amazing Spider-Man, and the one on the right is Doctor Doom. Now, the 1994 animated series from Marvel Legends. The one on the left is 94 cel-shaded Spider-Man, and the one on the right is Doc Ock, that also existed in that cartoon. Okay, I'm going to go over the articulation. Let's start with the head. It looks up this far, down this far. Full 360. Little side wiggle a little bit. Butterfly joint, let me raise his arms up. Butterfly joint goes this way and all the way back. This is actually improved compared to the other molds before this one. The arms go up this far. Biceps swivel, double jointed. Elbows. It's always tight in that section right here. It is always tight. But it does have double jointed elbows. You just have to warm it up to move it all the way. Full 360 of the wrist and wrist hinge. Goes about this far and this far. And let's see. Let's go look at the chest. Chest arches back this far. Crunches forward this far. Now and side to side. That far. A full 360 at the top. And no swivel at the waist. Only at the diaphragm cut. And ab crunch, reverse ab crunch, and back arch. And so he goes this far and this far. And now let's look at the thighs. He closes in about this far. And let me pull out his batons so you can see how far. And not very good split at all. Like no split. And it does have drop down hips a little bit. Kind of useless with this mold. It kicks up this far and back about this far, and double jointed knees, boot cut swivel, feet go downwards this far. Let me point it this way. Feet go down this far, up this far. Angle pivot that far and that far, and toe hinges. This figure is made out of a Renew Your Vows Spider-Man figure. Now let's look at Hydro Man. It has a ball joint hinge. Let me pull this. Well, actually, I don't want to pull it. So he goes back this far. Looks like he's trying to spit out a frog or something. Looks down this far. Full 360. It does have side to side a little bit. And the shoulders are very tight. Very tight. So because they're so tight, the elbow joints are really gummy feeling. So if I try to bend, you can see how gummy it looks. Right? And you do the same here. It's just really gummy looking. Look at that. So you have to pinch on the shoulder and then move it up like that. It has a ratchet in there, but it is very tight. Yeah, and then there's another one. Does the same thing. And then there are double jointed elbows. They go like that. You can feel a lot of ratchet going on in all the joints. I mean, I don't know if you can hear it. Same thing with this. And there's a lot of ratchet. I think they did that because it's transparent piece. So they want to make sure that everything is moving right and they don't get too loose over time. So anyway, this is the full swivel 360 and hinge as well. And then you got, there's still actually a ratchet inside the swivel of the waist swivel. And then arch, it goes back this far and crunches this far, which is not very far. And the legs kick up this far. Double jointed knees. Almost no, like basically no split. It's just this far. Legs can't close together. Thigh swivel. Double jointed knees. Feet go down this far, up this far. It just has a pivot, ankle pivot, but no boot cut swivel, no ankle swivel, none of that. It's just this. So yeah, it's alright. So that's it for articulation for these two. Now, about this mold. This is the same mold as Renew Your Vows Spider-Man mold. So, it's a good mold, but they should put a waist swivel down here, right? Because if I bend like this and I want to turn it, it just looks really weird at that ankle, right? And so, yeah, they need to add that, like right here in that section. The double ball joint on the peg, really bad. Like, I think they're called dumbbell peg. The dumbbell peg in there is really bad. You can look up, not very far, just, he looks up like this far. And that's not good, because it's so stupid, because, let me pull this out. And you see that ball, it just moves because the peg is way too long. It sticks way down here, whereas the ball peg should be up here, right? And it should be bigger. But it's so useless, like seriously. Like really? Is that the best you could do? It's terrible. So, I'm gonna have to fix it somehow, because they keep using this mold, and this neck design is so bad. So bad. But other than that, the faker is really good. Like, from the clavicle down, it's actually it has really good articulation, other than those hips. But other than that, really good articulation. Like, nice articulation in the limbs and the chest area and the shoulders and the arms. The biggest downfall with this mold is no swivel at the waist and the useless drop down hips and the worst dump out pec joint for the neck. So, yeah. Let's do some poses. Let's talk about Sculpt Paint. This is an interesting figure. It's not paint. It's more like Deco transfer. Because if it looks exactly the same as the other copy, and then the other copy, and then the other copy, then it must be some kind of Deco transfer technology or something. So you can see the dot matrix technology on the face. There's some dot matrix here too, I think. Let's get closer. I can't tell. What do you think? I think it's dot matrix around the eyes as well as on the forehead. You see some of them on the horns too. That's crazy. Now you can see he has D and D on his chest, which is very clearly, like, you know, very visible on his chest. And you can see some feathering here and there. Lots of feathering, not just some, I mean a lot. And they're very clean too. The reason why I think it's deco transfer is because the lines are very, very sharp, very clean. See? And you see the one on the mouth, and that's clearly the dot matrix technology. And then when you look at the chest, there are no dots on it. It's just very clean, right? There's a bunch on his shoulders, his arms, a lot of cross-hatching there. Comic book cross-hatching. It's got inverse cross-hatching here and some here too. It's really good, very clean. I'm just amazed at this much detail. There's a lot of cross-hatching going on his legs. It looks really good. It looks fantastic. It stops right here. Okay, this is deco transfer, and they put it right on, and it stops at the edge right here, and then another one here. So yeah, it looks kind of weird. It seems to stop halfway, but they did add some black spots on the back. And you can see the black stops at the gloves. Same thing with the boots. Just give you an idea that he's wearing gloves and boots, you know? It makes sense. People are complaining about that, but to me, it just doesn't bother me because it's supposed to stop right there. They did that on purpose. So you can see that he's wearing gloves and boots. Otherwise, it would look like he's wearing a whole onesie. It looks weird, you know? It's missing some blacks here and there, like this one. So, yeah. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't make any sense. There's so much black in that area. Whereas they should have added some blacks here, here, here. And probably a lot of it here and around the buttocks. But other than that, it's actually a really nice Daredevil figure, in my opinion. I really like this one a lot. This is really nice. I like it. But here's the problem. My only problem, my real gripe is the butterfly joints not painted in black, right? I wouldn't call it painted, like it's deco transfer, but I'm just gonna call it paint. So it's missing the black paint in that area right here. So it looks really weird because when you do it like this, it makes his chest look smaller, and it looks like he has an extra shoulder in there. You know what I mean? This, see what I mean? So they should have added some black here and then here on the butterfly joints. I mean, if you hide the part right here, now he looks good. You know what I mean? He looks more complete. But if you open it up like this, it's like a weird thing going on. So they should have added some black here and there. And I have to do some custom and paint that section. So yeah, it's a good figure. I really like this one quite a bit. I like it a lot. So now we're going to talk about Hydro Man. The paint application is actually there on this, but it's not paint. I wouldn't call it paint. I think it's more Deagle transfer. You can see it's got something going on the hair. It's not painted. It's more like, dot matrix technology. You can see them on the eyes, even on the eyebrows too. That's what it looks like. It looks really cool. I love the teeth. That looks awesome. I think this is a brand new head sculpt compared to the first one. You can see the cell shading here. Some on the shirt. You can see right here, it looks like airbrush, but it's actually, Deagle transfer. At least I think it is. And he's got some on his thighs. Nothing down here, just on his thighs. It's just transparent. So you can see inside the figure. Okay, now I want to talk about accessories. So first, let's go with Hydro Man with the least accessories. He comes with these two splash effects. They're sculpted differently. These are different sculpts. This different splash here. You can see there's an opening in the back because you're supposed to put them on the feet. So you do it like this, put it directly on the feet, like that. It snaps right on. And now he has them on there, see? And you can put it on Daredevil too. It will fit right on as well, like this. So yeah, it's a very cool accessory. I like it. Let's talk about more accessories. And that would be Daredevil's baton that come with this. And you can use these batons. Daredevil has quite a bit. So, I mean, not quite a bit, but we're talking accessories here. So you just put this on and click it on like that. You hear the click. And another one here. And now you got this thing that stretch out like that. But unfortunately, it is not wired. So it's just, just a piece of plastic that stays pre-posed like this. Let's talk about alternates. First, with Hydro Man, he comes with 2 alternate hands, right? So a pair of fists and a pair of open hands. Simple. That's it. Now, when it comes to Daredevil, he comes with this angry head and the neutral head. Let me put them up next to each other. So, yeah, it's very cool. It looks like it's an expression. This is an expression on the same person. So that is a very good thing. Because sometimes with McFarlane and even Mezco, they used different heads, and they come from 2 different people. But not this one though. This looks like it's the same person. It's just a different expression. So that is a big plus. And now, let's see. And he comes with the baton holding hands, right? Or any like the gripping hand, like you can hold on to anything, like a flag or a sword or whatever, and you can put them in there. That's cool. And then he has the fist hands, right? He's got the fist hands, both closed fists. And then he's got open hands, right? Open hands. They look great. These are great sculpts. Very good sculpts. Especially when there's a hinge in there and it still looks natural. So, yeah, it's really well done. So Daredevil's got a lot of accessories and alternates. So he comes with 2 heads and 3 sets of hands and 2 batons and the fake rope that goes into those batons. That's it. That's quite a bit. That's really good. And that gives you a very satisfying action figure for Daredevil. Unfortunately, you'll have to deal with this cell shading, cross-hatching look on this. And that's kind of a drawback if you don't like that look. I think it's pretty good. It's not that bad. But I know there are people out there that don't like that look. Okay, I'm going to skip pros and cons, then jump right into my opinion. I think this 2-pack is okay. Daredevil is quite poseable, but I think all the black shading ruins this figure. It looks messy and not clean. I mean, the shading all over the body are not cohesive to each other because the lighting is all over the place. So now it just looks messy. It's not exactly a home run when it comes to shading, Hydro Man is a nice one because of the transparent plastic they used for it, which looks really fun and neat. But it's an old mold. I mean, it's really old. It's probably like 10 years old. I don't know. It's just old. And this 2-pack, in my opinion, it's a little overpriced. It's a little bit expensive, but it's $25 per figure. That's a standard price for a Marvel Legends action figure, if you think about it. So I would say it's not too bad. Daredevil is kind of nice because he comes with a very satisfying amount of accessories and alternates. So this 2-pack might be worth it for this reason. This 2-pack is still available on Hasbro Pulse. They're not sold out like others are, so they're still there. If you want that, you can get it right now. Thank you for watching. Keep posting your action figures, and I'll see you next time.